K now reports.
These were the scenes on the streets of Mombasa earlier this morning. Police were deployed at various points in town, armed to quell the Gen Z-led demonstrations. The road linking Changamwe and Mombasa town was barricaded with roadblocks and stops as police conducted such exercises on commuters using public transport. A section of Gen Zs who availed themselves for the Nane march today decried the undermining of their rights to picket by the police, even as they vowed not to relent despite brutality from the police.
Kumekuwa na heavy presence of police officers. Ukiingia Kibarani wameweka barrier pale, watu wanapeksenyiwa, wanaangalia matatu, watu wanashukishwa. Kwa hivyo polisi wako wengi katika mji. Vile vile nimezunguka kuangalia hapa na pale, maduka mingi yamefungwa na kuna ile hali ya kama tension, watu hawajui kutatokea nini. Lakini sote 9-10 tunasema kuwa watu kuandamana ni haki yao kwa katiba, bora kusiwe na fujo, bora kusiwe na kuibiana, bora kusiwe na vurugu. Kwa hivyo ni article 37 inaruhusu watu kufanya picketing in peaceful. Kwa hivyo
the police are caught in a surprise, so they do not want to be caught in this surprise. That's why they are still in the streets trying to quell the situation.
Elsewhere, a cat-and-mouse running battles between police officers and Kitengela anti-government protesters ensued in the afternoon, raising tension in the town that had earlier witnessed calm. Officers were forced to lob tear gas severally as unrelenting youths tried to barricade the Nairobi-Namanga road. Kisumu today witnessed a peculiar relative calm after the much-anticipated pro-governance protest by the Gen Z failed to kick off. Most businesses were open, but with a low traffic of people within the CBD. The police kept patrolling the streets to quell any possibility of protest gatherings.
Sababu kuu ni moja, unajua wakati Gen Z walianza kuandamana, walikuwa nasema kuna vitu walikuwa nataka. Hizo mambo yote ambayo walikuwa nataka ni almost 60% of them zimetekelezwa. So tunaona at least huyo rais anajaribu kufanya vile wanataka. Na hiyo ndio tulikuwa nataka. Kama anaweza kufanya vile wananchi wanataka, tunawacha maandamano. Ndio sababu tumeona at least sasa tumpatie nafasi pia afanye kazi, ayatekeleze yale ambayo watu walikuwa nataka.
Gertrude Burgay, K24 Nairobi.
Now, an impeachment motion against Governor Kawira Mwangaza has sailed through at the Meru County Assembly after 49 out of the 69 MCSs voted in favor of the motion. Now, this is the third successful impeachment out of 5 attempts in 2 years. Kawira is accused of abuse of office, gross violation of the Constitution and gross misconduct. Harriet Chimea reports.
Our second communication.
The third time oust of Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza began with chaos early in the morning, with 2 factions of supporters clashing over the impeachment motion. One group chanted anti-Kawira slogans, while others turned in support of the embattled governor outside the precincts of the building, where heavy security apparatus kept vigil. 49 MCAs out of 69 voted in support of the motion. 17 MCAs rejected the motion, while 3 others were absent.
The ayes have it, and the motion is passed, and the governor stands impeached by the County Assembly of Meru.
The third successful oust out of 5 attempts in 2 years has been elicited by claims of abuse of office, gross violations of the Constitution, and gross misconduct.
Governor Kawira should go home, because we cannot continue living like this in this county, Madam Speaker, in fear and panic. So many stones were thrown at night, Madam Speaker, in this compound, trying to kill us. And there are a lot of motorcycles that ran after us as we made our way here, Madam Speaker.
Honorable Kawira Mwangaza is going nowhere, so they should get used to her as the governor of this county. Mr. Speaker, may I say that this is just a cheap political scheme, which is schemed to take power of this county through back door, and we shall not allow it.
On abuse of office, she is accused of employing 111 workers, with 79 of them being cleaners, yet they are not visible.
For forgery, impersonation, and end of ghost workers in Meru County, Kawira must.
The members blamed the governor for failing to address the medic strike, as well as county staff medical cover despite allocations of funds. Mwangaza also faces charges of failing to appoint heads for the Meru County Development and Investment Corporation and Meru Microfinance Corporation.
Some of the issues raised in this house, Mr. Speaker, sir, They don't relate directly to the governor. Some are pertaining offices, which are people who are supposed to answer various questions and not in governor directly, Mr. Speaker, sir.
On gross misconduct, nominated UDM CS Zipporah Kinya claimed Mwangaza misled the public by falsely reporting that 86 million shillings had been raised following the murder of blogger Daniel Mudhiani, while only 286,516 shillings had been collected.
You are told MCAs have collected 86 million. Imagine us having 86 million in our homes, in our mattress accounts. Madam Speaker, this one would have even brought violence at the home.
Mudhiani, a well-known blogger, was abducted from Meru and found dead in Tharaka Nithi. Mwangaza will await the Senate's decision on whether she will be at the receiving end of yet another saving grace. This comes at a time when some senators have voiced their displeasure with the ongoing conflict in Meru. Harriet Chimea, K24.
All right, away from that. After taking their oath of office, the new 19 cabinet secretaries will now undertake the task of reforming policies and laws to address corruption, particularly in the public sector. Now, presiding over the ceremony early this morning, President William Ruto urged the new cabinet secretaries to put the interest of the Kenyans first in their work to help the government achieve its agenda. And as Mariam Jahid now reports, President Ruto reiterated the need for the inclusion of the opposition in his administration.
It was all systems go early this morning as all roads lead to State House, Nairobi. Accompanied by family members, the 19 cabinet secretaries vetted and approved by the National Assembly made their way to each take their oath.
I, Kithure Kindiki, at the beginning of a new chapter of our country's governance and development.
The completion of this ceremony now signifies the beginning of their duties in various ministries.
And from this day, focus on delivery and dedicate your time and effort to the implementation of the various strategies, programs, and projects that the nation's transformation demand. I encourage you to make the people of Kenya your first and only priority, and to never let your own interests come in the way of your duties.
The first task for the ministers include accountability and fighting corruption, develop strategies to impose fines on public officers involved in corruption, implement a system to identify and remove fake employees, audit the wealth of government officials, amend laws to ensure corruption cases are resolved within 6 months.
We believe that our war on corruption will be significantly boosted by measures to make it easier and safer for citizens and whistleblowers to come forward and report corruption and economic crimes.
Kenyans have also been promised transparency in governance.
Beginning in the year 2025-2026 financial year, we shall adopt a zero-based budgeting system to reorient budgeting and expenditure frameworks of government. We shall initiate a framework to make VAT refund processes open, transparent, and accountable, because the immense savings out of this expenditure of public funds will finance investment in productive and transformative economic projects.
President William Ruto promised to support the new CS and urged them to fulfill their duties with due diligence, as failure is not an option.
That my support for you ends if it conflicts with my accountability to the people of Kenya. Let us therefore work together.
Meanwhile, the appointment of 4 cabinet secretaries from the opposition is seen as a new tax in the administration and the nation.
With the formation of this broad-based government that brings together former political rivals into one selfless, patriotic team, we will unlock the potential of our country that has long been denied us by factional and sectarian competition.
Further, The president's move to appoint 8 CS with advanced legal degrees is viewed as a response to the numerous legal challenges that his administration has faced in just under 2 years in office.
It is the reason why I have reached out across the aisle to bring on board the knowledge, expertise, and experience of deserving Kenyans, though belonging to a different political formation.
To this end, Stella Soy Langat's appointment as the Gender Affairs CS was rejected by the Parliament. Attorney General nominee Dorcas Oduor and East African Community and Regional Development CS nominee Beatrice Askul will be vetted Friday.
With the swearing-in now done, the 19 cabinet secretaries are now faced with an uphill task of restoring public confidence, and President William Ruto's government, even protesters, rage on. Reporting from State House, my name is Mariam Mjahid.
All right, thank you, Mariam Jahid, for that particular report. I want to take a break, but before that, let me just bring you up to date with what you're expecting tonight, and that is an update as far as Jimmy Wanjigi is concerned. Now, this is the thing at this particular moment. Information reaching our desk is that police have already made their way into his home with CCTV footage indicating that they already entered his home. They were camping outside his home, of course, trying to arrest him at this particular moment. That is, or they've already broken into the home of the businessman. That is when we'll be bringing us up to speed with that. We take a break. We'll be back in a minute.
Are you a church and seeking to reach an even bigger congregation?